create a safe space where we can have real, authentic conversations amongst friends, without any judgment or anything,
Right.
Yeah.
and hopefully inspire others to do the same.
Hey, you guys, welcome to the Next Shift podcast. We are here with Christian.
Maiwa.
And Courtney.
This is our first episode, actually. So, we're kind of, getting the nerves off a little bit. Oh, you guys want to talk about how we met?
So we met at, can we say the hospital name?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we met at
work.
At work. And I don't know. I think, Courtney, you were orienting with someone when I first met you.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian had already been there, but I was orienting on day shift. And then by the time I got to night shift, I didn't last too long because I ended up quitting.
Yeah.
So I had already established like kind of a relationship with Courtney. And then it was more so afterwards that you and I became close.
I remember, meeting the both of you guys. Let me tell y'all something about, Courtney and Maiwa. They are seriously, they have the biggest smile. They had the biggest personality on the unit. And I just fell in love with them. And I was like, man, I got to be friends with them because they're just really great people. And so, with you guys, it became natural. It's a natural friendship. It wasn't forced or anything. Like, I fell in love with the both of y'all. I was like, we're going to be good friends for a while. And the funny thing is, though, whenever the three of us are together, we have people that pull us to the side
literally
and talk to us, which is so crazy to me.
Never fails.
Yeah, it never fails. Like, we remember how we were at an Italian restaurant in, was it River Oaks or the Heights?
River Oaks.
Yeah, River Oaks area. And this woman came up and she had we were there for like 3 hours just talking to her. Like, and then we went to New York.
The lady, she was drunk, right?
Yeah. She was a little drunk. And then we were in New York and some random guy comes up to us and he just, he shared a poem. He shared a poem with us. It was such a beautiful poem. But, the reason why we're doing this podcast is for several reasons. And really to inspire and motivate just the everyday girl or man too. Let's not forget about our men. But just to inspire and motivate them in our everyday lives. There's been so many shifts in my life. And I don't know about y'all, but that have been good and bad. But even the ones that have been challenging for me have taught me so much. And I'm so grateful for that. But, in this podcast, we're going to be talking about, next shift, dealing with relationships, friendships, our careers. So what is y'all's background? What did you guys do, with nursing, before nursing, even after nursing?
So I am first generation Nigerian.
Ooh, Nigerian.
And my mom is a nurse. So I knew from a young age that I wanted to be in the medical field. I think initially I wanted to be a orthodontist or a vet, but then I don't like cats, so then I was like, I don't.
You do have pretty teeth,
I can
so
do that. Thank you.
I can see that.
Thank you. But so I'm a nurse now. It's 3 years as of like a few days ago. I made 3 years.
Yeah,
and yeah, so that's my background. The oldest of 3 girls.
Okay.
And yeah, just living the dream.
Okay. Well, this is like a second career type thing for me. I started out playing basketball, if you can't tell already. I played ball from like 10 to 22. I've had a basketball scholarship at Ole Miss. And during that time, I remember like I always kind of wanted to be in the healthcare too. I just didn't know nursing or doctor. I think I wanted to be a pediatrician first because my mom had my brother when I was 13. And like going to doctor's visits with them, it was cool to see how, I guess that's when I realized nursing was for me. I'll put it like that because I wanted to be a pediatrician, but then she had my brother and seeing how the nurses interacted with him, I feel like we did most of the work anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to be more hands-on with people. So maybe I should go the nursing route if basketball doesn't work out. And when I got to college, basketball did not work out. So I realized early on my freshman year that I needed to just try my best to make sure I was on my P's and Q's to make sure I could go to nursing school after graduation. And that's what I did. And so here I am. I've been a nurse now for 8 years.
Woo.
And I've worked in I know, 8 years.
8 years.
And I have,
you one of those nurses now that's like, when they say 10 years, I'll be like, ooh, yeah. 10 years as a nurse.
And when I hit 10 years, I got an exit plan.
Yeah.
But, just say it. Yeah. But I've done almost every specialty. I started out in ICU, and then I went to post-surgical floor, and I traveled. And then I was in California. I was working at UCLA. 2 of my roommates, they were in the OR, and I was like, complaining to them about my shift. And they were like, you just need to transition out. You'll be perfect for the OR. And so that's when I moved to Houston, because a couple of my coworkers at UCLA, they had family in Houston. They talked about the medical field. I went to visit my best friend at the time, and I was like, yeah.
What year was that? When did you?
This was 2017, 2018.
Do you like Houston so far?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Houston is such a vibe.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw all the black people, just dope, educated black people. I was like, this is where I need to be. This is where I want to grow up.
That's what's up. That's
so, yeah, that definitely drew me to it. And at the time, I think whenever, was it Harvey?
Yeah, that was 2017.
Okay, so that's when I was like, okay, Houston is now rebuilding. If I'm gonna, go to a place and be there permanently, I want to be somewhere where I can grow with it. So, and Houston was that for me. So I moved to Houston. I got an operating room. Then COVID happened, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get back to the bedside. So that's when I ended up women's services, L&D, and then I realized the OR is for me.
Can I share a story?
Yeah.
Courtney is a beast in the operating room. Okay, yes.
Oh, and by the way, I'm a labor nurse too.
Yeah, yeah. Mine was a labor and delivery nurse, but no, I did a C-section with Courtney. I was like, yo, she is good.
What was she doing?
Yeah, that was my
She was working fast, multitasking. Yeah. She had everything sorted like a typical OR nurse. I was like, what? And she never bragged on herself or anything. Very like humble with it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. I found out that's where I need to be.
I want to see you.
So I have to just exit out.
Mike was like, I want to see you in the OR.
See you in the OR. Come back to L&D.
Oh no.
Let's do a section
together.
No.
I realized what's not for me, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You have to follow your passion at the end of the day. Yeah. So I'm a labor and delivery, used to be a labor and delivery nurse. I stepped away from the bedside about 2 years ago. So now I am in education, and I love it. I get to inspire new graduate nurses. It's truly a passion of mine. I travel a lot, though, with my job.
You do.
I'm always on the go, always, in a different state or city. Probably, I would say 75% of the year. So we'll get into like later on in episodes how it affected my life. But yeah, I love what I'm doing now. I'm super happy. Yeah, it's definitely a nice balance for me. Yeah. So yes. Well, let's talk about our why first. So like, what is our why? And did nursing contribute to your why?
Okay. You want to start?
My why definitely would be to leave people better than I found them. I know that the lives of people that I touch, I hope that it's associated with good, and that they feel they had a positive experience with interacting with me. So I definitely feel that's my why, because I feel like it serves a bigger purpose. Like the purpose is bigger than me. So I always hope to leave people better than I found them.
I love that.
I do too.
I really do. Yeah. That drives everything that I do. Like my interactions with people, everything. Yeah. Definitely. And I get that from my dad, I think.
I love that.
Because my dad never met a stranger. Like it doesn't matter if you're the housekeeper, if you're the doctor, he knows your name. He'll smile, say hi to you in the hallway. It doesn't matter. So I just hope my legacy is that.
I love
Definitely.
That. Love that.
Leave people better than you found them.
Yes.
Yeah. Like that. Ooh.
I know it's a deep question.
It is deep.
You have to go deep.
My why? Let me go deep.
Dig deep, girl.
Oh, okay. I think that just being an inspiration to, like you said, to everyone that I meet, I think that is what like fuels the fire within me. Like, you know, always trying to be a learner.
Right.
I don't know what's the proper word for it, but understanding. Growing up, I never felt comfortable a lot.
Yeah.
So I never like to leave someone feeling uncomfortable and stuff like that. Like just how you said your dad never met a stranger. Like I try to lead by that as well, honestly. To just never meet strangers, to always, you know, talk to that one who no one wants to talk to, because why do you not want to talk to that person? Yeah, it's most of the time it's an assumption, a wrong assumption and of who they are, and when you get to know them, like they're the most valuable person in your life. So it's like, for me, I want to make sure that people feel comfortable around me. They feel as though they can lean on me if need be. And I guess my why would be learn. Like I said earlier, I like to learn. I think I like to learn because I want to break those generational curses.
Right.
Think whether it's financially or just how I carry myself as a person, like being a fearless person. It doesn't mean doing like a difficult task, but just conversation, networking, something so simple as that. Like just, I guess that's my why, to just keep being a sponge and to be an inspiration to others.
Yeah. Same thing I was going to say too. And to add on, I was also going to say, I really strive to be a helping hand to everyone, you know, to truly be a helping hand. I believe there's enough room at the table for everybody. Like, we don't have to be greedy or selfish in any way. And I had to learn that too, because, you know, back then when I was younger, you know, I was just like, let me get to the nursing. Let me, you know, hurry up and get there. But then I realized there's so much to it. It's a marathon, not a race. Like, let me chill out. Let me, you know, do stuff that I truly enjoy. Let me give as much as possible. I am such a giver. I stand on that. Like,
you are. You really are.
Be giving always. Because you really never know if someone may need that. Like, you don't know. And I don't even have to ask. People don't even have to ask me like, hey, can you contribute to this? I'm just like, let me just go ahead and give. Yeah, just do it, because it's a big way of saying thank you. Like, I cannot, and y'all know this, I cannot stand people who just take.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get like delete from my life, because I can't be around that. I can't be around people who just take, because I'm like, that's not how
selfish.
we should. Yeah, it's so selfish, and that's not how we should maneuver through our lives.
Right.
So, yeah.
You learn more when you give.
You do.
To me. Yeah.
And it comes back to you.
Right.
I feel like my why contributed to nursing.
Right.
Because that's how I interact with all of my patients.
Right.
Every single patient that leaves a comment or whatever will say, oh, she made me feel so at ease. I felt at home. My experience with her was amazing. So I feel like my why contributes to nursing. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. My why definitely contributes to nursing. I think that, but on the other hand too, nursing it helped me a lot, in a sense of teaching me how to not put my problems on other people's problems. You know, like when no matter what I'm going through, once I clock in, it's no longer about me.
Exactly.
It's solely about that person. And then once I clock out, it's back to me.
Right. Back to real life.
Right. But I do think it did contribute, or it's an addition in some form of my why.
Yeah.
To just mold me into being a better person.
Yeah. It really does. It's humbling.
Because a lot of people, especially, I didn't really see it so much with labor and delivery, as much as I did in ICUs and on the medical floors. But those people, I just have to remind myself, they didn't ask to be here. as mean as they might be right now, I'm pretty sure if they were in the healthiest place in their life, they will not be the same person. So it just kind of on the outside of that in my personal life, if I do feel like, someone may be coming at me sideways, or I do have moments of feeling unappreciated, it motivates me to kind of dig deep as to why versus immediately getting mad and cutting them off. I'm like, I want to know why are you acting this way?
Right.
So, and I don't think that was me before nursing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So why NSP, y'all? So why are we doing Next Shift podcast? I kind of mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
About just being an inspiration and, a motivator to the everyday individual. But I know I want to hear y'all's perspective on why Next Shift podcast.
I mean, I feel like me personally, when I listen to podcasts, it's always about the same thing, like sex, relationships, and it's masculinity, femininity, and it's tiring sometimes, and it sounds redundant. And I just wanted us to kind of create a safe space where we can have real, authentic conversations amongst friends, without any judgment or anything.
Right.
And hopefully inspire others to do the same. To, if you have an opinion, you stand on it no matter what, even if you get canceled or whatever. But just to create that authentic space that hopefully inspires us.
To not cut you off, you said something that I want to bring up, because I feel like in this generation, when the moment we share, the moment we share our opinions on something, and we automatically get judged by it, which is so sad, because I feel like, of course, not everyone's gonna agree.
Of course,
of course not.
Right.
But why? The thing that bothers me is that when people do share their opinion, it's such like, oh, they're wrong. And I mean, have you like looked at celebrities and then look at the comments sometimes?
Oh my gosh, yes.
They are so mean, but I'm like, they're still human.
Yeah.
Like, if I went through that, I would definitely be like, oh my God, I'm such a bad person.
My comment section would definitely be turned off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, if I was,
and I would block and I would clap back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Block and clap back. But like, so many people have so much to say and they don't even know you. That's the problem. Like, you don't even know me.
You don't know them
to say all of this, and
you then their comments are so superficial.
They are.
You read through the comments too.
They are.
It's like one person says one thing, and then the 10 following literally say the exact same.
Yeah,
thing. I'm like, this herd mentality is just crazy to me.
But it's my whole thing is that it's okay for someone to have an opinion on something. And
that's different.
Yeah, that's different. And we can stand firm on that. And
not feel bad about it.
Exactly. And not feel bad about it. But we get into, and I know Pastor Robert Murdew, because we both listen to him, he did a sermon on being easily offended. And especially in this generation, people are,
so
easily
sensitive.
Offended. But offense is going to come. Offense
regardless.
It's going to come regardless. No matter what you do, the everyday life, offense will always be there. And I'm about to listen back to that sermon, but it was really good on what he was talking about. But I believe that you share your opinion and that should be it. But the generation will attack you, literally.
And we can disagree.
Yeah.
And still slap fives at the end, be friends. Like, we don't have to agree on everything. We can agree to disagree.
Right.
And that's one thing
that's okay.
that I love about our friendship is that, y'all, we have had disagreements and we have never disrespected each other.
No.
But there are some friends, and we'll get later because I know we have a segment on that.
Friendship.
But, there are some friends where you disagree with them or you say something that, is against what they have going on, and they automatically think, oh, they must be hating, they must be mad with me, and it's like, no, they're attacking me, and I'm like, no, it's just my opinion. So I just wanted to add on.
Is there any deal breaker as far as, I guess, when we're speaking on something to where we all have to agree on the subject, or is there no deal breaker?
I mean, even with creating this, we didn't all agree on every single thing.
Even the flowers.
Right.
Yesterday.
Right.
I was like, no, it should be
wanted
green.
all cream.
She didn't
and
want.
She said red, and I said
red. Mike was like,
right.
Don't.
And I said red. We're doing a mix because both parties will be happy.
And I said, okay, mix is fine.
And look at it.
I mean,
mix
it turned out really pretty.
Well, and actually, right before we came in here, when we were discussing
how we should kill it, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, painkillers. We had a disagreement. Yeah.
So I don't think there's any deal breakers.
Yeah.
Because that's not reality.
Right.
It's not reality.
We're not going to agree on everything.
Yeah.
We compromise well. I do think that.
Yeah, I think
we do compromise well, very well.
I think so.
NSP means to me, of course, I'm going to say the same as them. But like she said, being an inspiration to everyday people, using this platform as our safe space to talk about the things that we talk about, privately. Let's start publicly sharing and hopefully gaining people's attention who needs to hear this, that they're not alone, that they can join us, a community of women, because we're going to be doing other things outside of this to build self-esteem, to help you create a pathway. If you feel like you're a younger generation watching this feeling lost, hopefully that you can see us and realize that we went on the same journey. With the next shift, we also know there's always transitional shifts in life.
Yes.
So just because we have reached this climbed this hurdle, we have another one. We have another shift. So hopefully they receive that and learn how to navigate through it, or realize it's the journey of it is going through it to figure it out.
You know what I realized over, especially this year, definitely, because this year has been a difficult year for me personally. But I was going to say, I love the process more than the result.
Yes.
Like, the process forms you.
Facts.
When you look back on it.
When you look back, like, I remember nursing school thinking, oh, my gosh, like, I just want to believe I made it
through nursing.
Exactly. I just want to make it through. I just want to pass my classes. But when I look back at nursing school made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Very strong. Never taking no for an answer. Like sticking up for what's right. Doing what is right. So I don't regret any of that. So I love the process better than I love the result. Because the result is, most people look at our lives and they just look at the, what we accomplished. Oh, you have a house. Oh, you have a car. Oh, you have this. Oh, you have that. Whatever the case may be. Or you get to travel around the world so many times. But the process is what I fell in love with.
Study.
Yes.
Crying.
That's true. I didn't think about that. I do enjoy the process more.
Tears. Yes. I enjoy the process.
I enjoy it when
it's
I
hard.
look back on it.
Yeah. When you look back on it, you're like, man, I love how the process formed me. Because the result was a blessing from God. That's the way I looked at it. That's a blessing from God.
To stay steadfast.
Yes.
And here we are because of it. So
yes. This podcast, I forgot to mention too, but we started working on this podcast last year. Over a year, y'all. And the thing is, I want to share this personally, but if we had started last year, we would have not chosen this studio. We had another studio. I don't think the studio was built yet. And so the power in waiting, because we were like,
the studio was Courtney's house.
Yeah,
I know. It was that little area in your house. Can you imagine?
Yes. Oh so the power in waiting, because we were like, you know what? Let's delay it some more months.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I really just want to get this started. Like, I'm so excited. We have to spread the word and, just be a blessing to other people. Yeah. And then, like, a few months after that, I was on TikTok scrolling and I saw this studio and I was like, this is the perfect studio. And I sent it to y'all and I was like, hopefully they agree with me. And they did. Yeah. But I was like, oh, this is so much fun. I can't wait. And so, the thing is that with the waiting and all that, it all came together finally over a year that we've been working on this. Was not built overnight, trust me. And we have flaws and all, but we're making them
right.
We're making them look real good right now. But and the support that we have, oh my gosh, we have so much support already and we're just getting started.
Right.
And, we prayed before we came out here and, our biggest prayer was just to touch anyone that needs to hear anything that we're saying, just touch their lives. and help them in any way. And that's what we were telling
yeah.
God about. So just help
Yeah.
them in any way that, you know, we can. We have to use our voice, especially in this time and age. We have to use our voice.
Yeah.
So.
And we also have to learn how to have fun too.
Yes.
Because we did say that when we prayed too.
Mm-hmm.
That,
yes,
you know, we
fun.
let go of the seriousness and the jitters and just have fun. Like, kick
it
like we kick it back at home.
Yes.
I'll be more relaxed.
Yeah, you relax now.
I am.
Yeah. You are relaxed. You are.
Yeah. But just to have fun, and that's a message just in general. Like, yeah, you want to be, you have goals, you want to achieve every bit of it, but you have to also, in between time, have fun.
Balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is a balance.
Yes, it is.
So I hope that's what they gain.
I hope
that's
so
what they
too.
see.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yes, hobbies.
We like to travel. We all like to travel.
I love traveling. Like I think I told someone once, like my favorite place is the airport, just because I know that I'm heading somewhere. I love to travel, and I love taking long walks.
Ooh,
okay.
I love taking long walks.
Okay, morning or night?
In the evening.
Okay, I was about to say I love an evening walk.
Really?
Yes, it's so much better than a morning walk. Really?
If it's morning, it has to be like 6 a.m. Like,
really?
So I can catch the sunrise.
Oh,
I like
so you like
sunsets.
to see sunsets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and then spending time with my friends, family.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say the same. I love to travel. I love to go shopping. I love brunch.
No.
I love like pretty much like all the bougie things to do. Okay, that's just
as
me.
You should.
Yeah, thank you.
A luxury.
Hey, there's no shame in being bougie.
I know, right? There's no shame.
They try to make it a bad thing. It is not.
Exactly. But I love to travel. I love to go shopping. I love all the little nice things. So yeah. And then Courtney, you said travel.
Travel. Yeah. I love travel for sure. And now I am starting to enjoy doing little projects at the crib.
That's how you know you're getting old.
I see you, Courtney.
I'm mature. I know. Wait.
DIY.
We're gonna wrap it up.
But I do.
Yeah.
It's a good peace of mind. Just like, have my music on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just vibing.
Okay. Well, y'all, thanks for tuning in to the Next Shift podcast. I hope to see you guys on the next episode, but please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next shift. Bye.